Yes, exactly.
How annoying.
But you get it.
Well, you know what? There you go. I guess they don't care. Beast Coast basically just saying, well, my Grimstroke count is your Tide Hunter, even if your Tide Hunter count is my Beast. I'm still not so sure I like picking Beastmaster to Tide Hunter there, Beast Coast. Your guys are down a game now. Come on.
You never
Shape
know.
up a little here.
They might just play Beastmaster mid. You know, we don't know what they're gonna do with this. But
I mean, it's not so much the lane matchup, right? It's just this concept
I know.
yeah. It's like he's gonna sit in front of that tier 1 tower.
The units, yeah.
So like we've actually seen games ended because the Beastmaster just couldn't get online. He couldn't take down that tier 1 tower because of the Tide sitting there. Yeah. So the question is, what kind of a hero are you going to get on Beast Coast to enable that? That's not an issue, because once you crack that tier 1, then I think a lot of this counter goes away. You know what I mean? Like, you're going to have Kraken versus Roar for the whole game, but other than that, you've got Grim to cover. It's all right.
I don't think it's that simple, though, because you can always like bait the Tide Hunter to fight somewhere else. I feel like those games that we saw, the teams were just being super stubborn in actually trying to fight the Tide Hunter. But if you like force a fight top, you force a fight middle, then the Beastmaster is free to like actually go there and making sure the Tide Hunter can't defend. And you know, Beast Coast, they're top tier team. I expect them not to just run at a Tide Hunter.
Not to lose game 1 to NoPing? Oh, okay. Is that what you were expecting?
Boy.
Damn.
The burn.
Dang.
Okay.
Well, still quite a few K1 heroes available, though. TA, Juggernaut taken out. They removed the Enchantress and the Medusa, but I like that Wraith King, for example, still available for now. And they opt to ban the Alk.
Do you take the Luna out? I think you do, Beast Coast.
It's tempting. You don't want to get Luna again, and you just saw how well they played it.
I would ban Coddle.
I was to say Coddle's still in.
That's what I would ban.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I think I'm fine with banning Coddle. Unless they want to play Coddle, then they can go for it.
But then, do you need to ban the Luna? I think, as you said, the Coddle was the key enabler.
So well, yeah, but you need the Coddle.
Yeah. I mean, Beast Coast gets Coddle and does NoPing cannot play Luna Coddle.
That's exactly what I'm saying. Yes.
Okay.
I think we're saying the same thing, but somehow we got confused.
I'm just thinking, like, Wraith King's still open here, and I think Wraith King is pretty good versus Luna overall. You know, it's a terrible matchup, honestly, because you have the Skeletons tanking the ult, you have 2 lives, so maybe you leave the Luna and you just third pick Wraith King here. I think that's
pretty good versus Tide, too, for a lot of the same reasons.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tied into Wraith King is not good, but I do feel like Wraith King Beastmaster is overall really strong, and they have the Grimstroke too.
And you liked the Wraith King more than the CK against Tide, right?
I would say so.
Well, I think Schofield's probably playing Earth Spirit again here in a second.
That's a fair wager, my friend.
Yeah. I'm not sure. I mean, Shaker, arguably. I mean, I don't think Shaker's very good versus Nyx and Tide. I think Earth Spirit's just better. No. The other hero would be maybe Shadow Shaman, but again, it's like, eh.
They didn't play a single game of Shadow Shaman on Earth Spirit.
Wow, they actually did
on Beast Coast. All right.
They banned the Luna, and they picked the clock.
Oh, I love this. They predict the Shaker, because that Nyx might as well be a 5. We did see a little bit of it in the last series.
Okay. It took a lot of time to ban that Luna. To be a fly on the wall, man. I would have loved to hear that discussion.
I wonder if this will be a 5 or a 4 clockwork.
5 seconds remaining.
I feel like it'll be a 5. And they'll go troll or something.
I think you want to be in the Nyx lane if you're just clock. You just want to be running at him, so...
Yeah. Troll, Ursa, and Monkey are all in right now. So Tide, despite being picked in the first phase, they didn't really take care of any of those options. So, yeah, we're just going to replace the hero. I mean, is there another one that can do the Medusa Luna? Not really, right? Medusa Luna
Bristle,
I guess
Bristleback.
Bristle actually
does that.
Bristle Gyro, yeah. Both of those can actually do it.
I don't think Bristle is an HFN. He's not into the bristles, man. He's
okay, that's fair, but it can still do the same concept. And as you said, there's the Wraith King. I mean, they banned the Luna, but they still get the Wraith King because it's still good versus Tide. And okay, well, we know what we're doing. We're going back to double Tidebrinker.
Okay. I didn't expect that, actually.
Trent, I just want to say welcome to the Dark Mongo fan club. And I knew that you were going to join. It was just a matter of when. You know, Bowie and I predicted this at week 0.
Yeah, once he jumped off Tiny.
Well, he still had some decent games on Tiny, but either way, your membership card will be in the mail. It's an exclusive club.
Okay, yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
All right, so I love these kind of moments because now I really am curious to what Beast Coast thinks is good to try and do the strat again, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like in their head, they know they're playing the exact same Dota once more. So what heroes replace this Luna? Troll. Okay, yeah, get rid of that guy. Just quality hero versus beast.
They banned the Monkey King. It would have been interesting to see Beast Coast try to mix that in, but I guess it's a threat against the Tide as well.
It could have went mid versus the Kunkka.
As
I
well,
think you
right?
take Terrorblade here if you're Beast Coast, right?
What? You mean NoPing?
Terrorblade?
Ban Terrorblade.
Yeah. You take the Terrorblade out because you can diminish the Metamorphosis cooldown. It's really good versus Wraith
5
King.
seconds remaining.
It's actually Wraith King Beastmaster, so you get a lot of value out of the Terrorblade Q.
Dire team pick.
Oh, okay. They take the gyro.
The gyro. Yeah, one of the other coddle pairings we kind of threw out there.
I guess Terrorblade into Clock is a little sad because you don't want to go. You don't want to go Hurricane Pike. You don't want to get a Force Staff. But I don't think there's a better pick than Terrorblade here.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, for HFN, I'm struggling to find something. I mean, literally, Animage is like one of those ones that comes to mind. It's not very good this game, but
I don't
I'm just
think it's...
thinking HFN.
I guess you could either Naga or
what about
you
PL?
Could...
What about PL?
What?
They could
Yeah,
like
PL Coddle.
Yeah,
PL.
PL Coddle's not really, I mean, it is. It's still a good hero, but that aspect is kind of sad these days.
Well, yeah,
it's good actually. I think it's
Isn't
not
that
an HFN hero.
though? Oh, it's not.
like
Oh.
it's not. It doesn't farm the same way Luna does. Like PL is much more fight heavy.
Nobody farms the way Luna does, man. That's not a fair standard.
I like the PL a lot, I have to say.
Yeah, the PL is a great pick. I think if you're talking stats, it's probably the best pick here. I'm not sure if HFN is gonna go for it. They're probably discussing this. You have.
Is there anything else that's great against
Now, is he a
Wraith King?
Razor player?
Lycan is really good versus him.
Does he play Bloodseeker? Is that too YOLO?
Yeah, I think it is a little YOLO. But I don't want to say it is, and then Bloodseeker's picked, and it's the Sven again. Hey.
Well, at some point, you got to stand up for something, Bowie. But yeah, PL still stands out to me. I don't know.
Man, is
this the
tough.
Naga game?
I think they might end up Nagaing, actually. The more it
Team
delays.
Naga.
I think PL Naga. I think that either one has an argument here.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's also PA. That's someone who can jump on the cogs.
The cogs aspect is nice. That part is true.
Yeah, I think PA is actually more of an HFN hero than like PL. So we might be right.
So what do we have? We still have a lot of heroes. And we have the Ursa. If you take the Ursa, it also takes it away from Beast Coast, but that's pretty unlikely at this point.
I don't
as
like
much as I'd
Ursa
love
here.
to watch a Chris Luck Ursa. Sounds pretty hype.
Radiant team pick.
Oh, you mean for Beast Coast?
Yeah.
Oh!
Yeah.
All right.
The Naga. All right.
Let her
Trent, we got
sing.
it. Now, is she actually good? I got a couple DMs from some of our buddies, Trent, that told me Naga was real bad.
Real bad. Some of our statistical methods buddies. Statistical methods for the
10
pursuit of
seconds
income
remaining.
buddies.
Yes.
Naga is it's kind of like Luna. It's pretty much the same thing. It can be really good, and I think Keeper of the Light definitely enables her more than a PL would.
Oh, that was fast.
You may now
And a
select
quick
your-
slurp.
Oh, the classic.
Mid
The
Slark.
Chris Luck.
Oh,
Fish on
baby.
fish.
Oh God.
And they knew, too. I mean, that was a snap pick. There was no hesitation. Fish on fish.
Internationally, this is definitely his signature hero, I think.
Yeah.
Everyone remembers the Chris Luck Slark,
Yeah, I would say so. Wow, really interesting drafts here. So after knowing that NoPing took game number 1, they lead this series. They've upset Beast Coast already. HFN Naga, Chris Luck Slark, K1 Wraith King, Mago Kunkka. What do we like?
Guys, I actually like NoPing's lineup. I think they're going to do the same thing again with the Keeper and the Kunkka. What's going to stop them from doing those stacks on the Ancient side, on the Dire side?
A Clockwork running at them.
Does it? I mean, Earth Spirit couldn't.
Can't you just kill him? Isn't it the same conundrum? Yeah, you can't just run in there.
I do feel like they might. I feel like they're going to be prepared for this. They have Beastmaster Hawk on top of it. 3 reasons I think
That
Beast Coast will win this.
helps.
First of all, Chris Lux Lark. It's a classic. We need 3 games. There's no way NoPing is going to 2-0. All right, NoPing might win this series, but they're not 2-0 Beast Coast. There's absolutely no way that's going to happen. And 3, they have the King. You got to ride with the King, and let's go
King.
Beast Coast.
I'm going with the Fish Lady.
All right. I think I got to go Fish Lady as well, but this is a big one for Gary. Are you going to ride or die with the King? Are you riding in the caboose, buddy? What do we got?
Yeah, I'm down to ride or die with the King. I'm looking at this Chris Lux Slark as well, and he's looking real tasty. Beastmaster coming out from Beast Coast as well. Theban, what are your thoughts about this Naga Siren from NoPing, though?
It was an interesting pick, but something I've learned is when, Zayori has to go all the way into the dumpster to find a hero to recommend because all the other heroes are gone. It doesn't generally end with well for that team who picks that dumpster hero. So even though they got it right, I don't think it was going to be the hero that's going to win them the game. I think this time Beast Coast, they got all the good heroes, man. They got Wraith King, they got the Slark, they got Beast. They're not here to joke around. They might have made, the King bleed one time. But what's it? Do you really think they can do that again? I don't think so. It ain't gonna happen.
30 seconds.
Well, let's see if NoPing can perform the big upset here, or if Beast Coast are going to rally around this draft they built for themselves. I mean, it's, Grimstroke and Clockwork as a support duo as well is a real treat. As we will have that Oscar tied down bottom. 4 Beast Coast heroes are lurking around the bounty runes, ready and waiting for NoPing to make that first move. Well, it looks like Whisper should be pretty safe up top, just scouted by Matthew for now. Yeah, Beast Coast, they actually make the walk up to the triangle, trying to secure those runes for themselves. 2 for 2. No real contest, just going to spread out on the map, but it looks like Whisper's going to be on the receiving end of a decent amount of damage before the lane actually begins. You're going to burn through an early tango already.
Yeah, Schofield's up here. It looks like they want to really secure this lane first before they TP bottom. Tidehunter, it's going to be okay by himself. Just for a little while, using Gush to get a last hit, maybe. Okay, there we go. He's TPing bottom already. Schofield is at the creep wave top side, so no XP will be missed.
Yeah, gets himself into that lane position. They did a great job just guarding that Beastmaster away, though. Down bottom, Grimstroke and Wraith King, pretty good combo, especially when they get into that level 2. Inkswell plus the Wraithfire Blast, going to be able to offer a lot of damage onto this Nyx and Tide. And equally so, though, Stinger's positioning, like he's under a creep wave now, and that Gush with a minus armor, straight down to half HP.
Missed a stroke there, too. Schofield pulling the second creep wave. Where is he going with this? Oh, he wants to bring it between tier 2 and tier 3. Okay. I think this is the first time I'm seeing this. Maybe someone else has done it in another region, but at least for me, it's the first time I'm seeing this. No, he's bringing it to the tower. Wait, what's going on?
The courier being denied, killed off by Kotl.
Okay,
Snipe
so
the courier.
Mikado might have done a little too much damage to the Schofield here, so he decides to just bring it into the tower. That means they're not going to be able to deny any creeps against this Naga.
Wraith King Grim hit level 2 bottom, though. So Matthew's still there with just the Impale, but he's got himself out with that Tango regen going and the Boots move speed. Panda Boo's courier getting sniped out towards top. But yeah, it's a move we used to see from like Earth Spirits in the old patch, was dragging them all the way between tier 2, tier 3, right? Not something we've seen much in this patch.
We see the tier 2, tier 3 like on Dire side, because he can't really pull it into the tier 1, tier 2s. On Radiant, we typically just see it in between tier 1 and tier 2s. But yeah, pulling it to it's because it's so efficient, and you're closer to your offlaner. If he wants XP, he can always come there too.
Oh, the stun spot again. He does have Carapace, Matthew, and again proving he's too speedy to catch. Boots versus Nyx. And I feel like all his action on the side lanes, we've not really looked into mid, where Chris Slark is pretty even in farm against the Kunkka, but is this meant to be a Slark heavily favored matchup?
I don't think so. I think Kunkka can do a lot of damage to Slark with that Tidebringer. Not like Slark can avoid the damage that's gonna come out. He did go 2 levels into Essence Shift. I think one of the reasons why Kunkka worked so well last game is that 5 minutes when the Storm died. to Dark Mago, and he got that little bit of extra XP, and then later he farmed the stacks. So if that doesn't happen, and the Slark and Kunkka are like completely even, I'm pretty sure Slark should be able to contest those stacks at nighttime. You get that bonus vision too.
Yeah, go and see what's happening there. And also, Slark against melee heroes, usually we see Slark do pretty well stacking up all that essence shift, but mid lane's a much shorter lane, so it doesn't have that long distance to be able to chase, keep going, pounce, keep going with the Orb of Venom. Dark Mago has that tier 1 as safety.
Yeah, typically we see these Slarks nowadays only being picked up against Bat Rider, and not so much against other heroes. But you can see right now, there's a lot of pressure on Chris Slark at the moment.
Yeah,
Got
forced
to
to salve
salve
up. Pounces forward, but there's a Nyx Assassin here. Runes are spawning soon. And there's the axe into Torrent. Dark Pact gonna take it off. Still got that Impale. Clockwork will be the target for Matthew, making sure that he can't get in on top of Dark Mago's Kunkka.
Good call.
And Runespawn's bot, a regen for the Kunkka. Feels good.
No bottle though. He was wondering if there was a rocket coming out from Schofield.
And it does.
That's why he waited. But there was a
Look
rocket.
at Schofield's skill build. 0, 0, 1.
nothing.
Did he have nothing skilled until that moment?
Yeah, I think so. He's got battery assault. He's level 3 now though. He can skill up his battery assault if he wants to.
Well, he does cancel out the regen, so nice little play, but Chris Luck misses the pounce while down bottom lane. K1's being bullied. The stun from Nyx before the Ink Spell can land.
What is going
Gaining
on,
first
K1?
blood. Matthew takes it, and it feels like, K1 a little bit out of sorts in this series.
Nothing stands in my way.
That's that Nyx was gone for a long time too. It was just 2 of them bottom against his Tide. I think he must have got frustrated that he couldn't bring this Tide down while the Nyx was gone. Not just dying like that. It must, you know what, Gary? It must be really boring for these guys to play Wraith King by now. It's actually the same build every game, right? Phase boots, 2 or 3 branches, stick, radiance.
Mid lane. Oh my god, Chris Luck's gonna die!
Got him.
Solo killed by the Kunkka. Dark Mago has him.
I was saying how if Slark doesn't die and it's even, then you can contest this Kunkka and his stacks and farming in the jungle, but he just died by himself.
Is under attack.
And now Kunkka's level 6, you're gonna have that X mark boat, and of course Slark can't really do anything against that X mark. Always gonna drag him back no matter what he does.
Radiant's
NoPing looking real good. I think, we talked about it, that momentum they get from the previous series. I mean, now it's 5 on the trot, 5 individual game wins. Definitely.
But hold on, Gary. How much momentum did Beast Coast have?
Doesn't matter anymore. They've lost their first game.
But how much did they have before this?
A lot. I think it was 10, wasn't it? 10 in a row?
Yeah. But
It's pretty
it's
bonkers.
Beast Coast maybe getting a little complacent, possibly.
It's like every single lane. Like Beastmaster 16-3, Whisper is finally going to be able to drag this wave closer to his tower. There's Nagasara, though, completely free farming. Tides at the top of the CS at 40 and 4. At least Wraith King does have a decent amount of money to his name with the phase boots, and the Kunkka's rotation might have put himself out of place. The boat landing, the fairy fire there. Where's the finishing blow? Where's the final bit of damage? It's not coming. He is fine. Schofield, the only one to die. And Oscar's now cracked level 6. Unfortunately, doesn't have any stick charges, so Ravage won't be coming. And that Torrent not landing onto K1 means Dark Mago is going to have to ditch.
Alright, Gary, I'm getting real worried right now for Beast Coast. They lost the Wraith King bottom, they lost the Slark mid. Kunkka's getting big now. Tidehunter is almost out farming this Wraith King.
Middle tower is under attack.
So what's the kind of piece in the puzzle here they need to get slotted in? Is it this Beastmaster with a Necro Book to pressure towers? Because he's getting picked off. Jumping in with that Torrent. And there's the X mark from Dark Mago. Nagasaran comes back across. They roar the Kotl. They don't bring any more heroes up here, though. Whisper's just been left on an island. And a final Torrent. Well placed. Will secure the kill with the Tidebringer.
It's like 200 off his Necro Book, too. Feels really bad to die like that. I think they just got to get some good rotations going with the Roar and the Slark. And just, like, start picking heroes off one by one. The problem is they're bleeding quite a lot in this laning stage right now. Kunkka has...
Look at all the stacks.
How much do we got here? A lot! God damn.
Yep.
I mean, it was Matthew in game 1, but right now it's Pandaboo. Jesus, look at that stack he's making on the big camp while stacking the medium camp too. You got it.
My God, both camps.
Oh my lord.
That's hundreds
Meanwhile,
of gold,
Nyx is
thousands
dying.
of gold. The Ravage is in the mid lane. Nyx will survive. The Carapace is there. They've ravaged this Slark and Clock. They pop a smoke in the middle of it. Bit of panic from Beast Coast. They can't finish off the Tide by any means. And now in comes the Kunkka. Level 2X. Does he have the range? Might find the Grim. They've gushed and slowed the Slark, but he's out of there with the phase boots. So they focus instead on Stinger. A more simple kill. Bring down the Grimstroke with that final bit of damage from Matthew. And there's just been really crisp gameplay from NoPing throughout that first and now into the second game.
This Slark also has max
Radiant's
essence
top
shift.
tower is under attack.
So he doesn't really farm fast, Gary.
Dire's bottom
He needs to
tower
be
is
hitting
under
heroes to be able to farm.
It's a bit odd, isn't it? Like the scaling of Essence Shift, you know, you can understand going 2
Oh.
points in it, but
Yeah.
going the third and the
Schofield?
fourth,
Schofield's trying to leech some XP from Dark Mago.
maybe a neutral item. Oh, the Arcane Ring, pounce forward.
Oh, did he get
Kunkka doesn't have the boat. Just clips the torrent onto Slark, but they have trapped the Cottle inside. Trouble being, Naga Siren's decided to arrive. She wants to get involved here. Song of the
Sweet.
Siren, the hardcore
save.
reset button. Get the Cottle out there, TP home, and nothing lost by the Dire side. They cleared the majority of their stacks. There's, what, one medium camp that still remains. Beastmaster and Grimstroke going to try and clear it out, while Kunkka gets scouted. But without a hook shot, you don't have the gap closed to catch him.
I mean, they'll take that medium stack. That's good. That's taking it away from the Kunkka. Don't let this guy get any stronger than he already is.
Yeah, he's closing on 5k net worth before 10 minutes. Man, I've not even had a chance to think about Naga Siren and her item build. What's she going for?
Diffusal Blade. Burn the mana of the Wraith King. That's the plan.
Oh, yeah.
Not something you typically see these days, to be honest, on Naga Siren. The Diffusal Blade build.
Hey, we
You
saw a
prefer
pretty
to
big
go-
shift away to like Manta Skadi, right?
Yeah, Manta Skadi, Abyssal, Silver Edge.
Top lane. Another rotation. Dark Margot is making it work every step of the way. Two-man stun as well from that Nyx Assassin. Puts the Grimstroke in a dodgy spot, but they get the Cottle with the DD Slark. And now he's going to start to try and rack up some Essence Shift stacks. Matthew down. So we've got a little bit of bonus there. 2 permanent Agi for the Slark. Making the DD work for him.
Yeah, he's also sitting on 30 Agi from his maxed out Essence Shift too. So that's going to help him take this top tower.
structures are fortified.
They got the catapult here. Open up the map a little bit. Wraith King is farming quite well while all that was happening. Wait, what happened to Oscar and his net worth? I guess he's been moving around, right? He was middle, he ravaged defensively to save the Nyx. He hasn't really been farming. Because earlier, he had pretty much the same net worth as the Wraith King. And if he just stayed bottom, that would have continued to happen.
Yeah, he did come in to save that mid lane, and I guess playing a little defensively when he's not seeing the clockwork. Schofield is level 6 now, so they've got that
K1.
long-range initiation.
Dire's top tower
And
is
K1's got
under
his
attack.
cheat code on, you know?
Dire's top
He's
tower
doing
is
K1
falling.
things.
Or gold out of
Farming.
nowhere.
Yep, farming
Greed is
very,
good.
very fast.
Greed is good, 3,800. Pandaboo dead. Stinger with Chris Luck up in that top river spot. Now a bit of pressure towards mid lane, but that's going to be defended easily by Dark Margot. Maybe even pick off Schofield, honestly. X-Boat, combo it up. Crashing down onto the clockwork, chain
nice
stun, and
double
actually a
stun.
double stun.
Very
It's
nice.
wonderful. Chris Luck now has the Dark Pact and maybe even Shadow Dance as he's being hunted. Yeah, ulti forced. That's a pretty long cooldown for the Slug to be expending defensively.
He's got 50 agility on his Slark right now. Okay, it's starting to wear off the first set he had. That's why he was in a really aggressive position. He wants to
Whisper.
utilize that.
It's absolutely non-stop. The relentless pressure from Dark Margot is 4-0-2, and he wants to add a 5th one to his tally. Oscar wanted it more. 2-0 on him as he looks like was heading into Vlad's. So he's just picked up the Morbid Mask, thinking about the Vlad's, now actually committing to Halberd, it looks like. Super good against Slark.
Yeah, very true. Needs that against the Slark. Or the Slark is just going to feast on the Tidehunter. Your Anchor Smash might even just work against you.
Well, the Wraith King timing is still going to be coming.
Oh, yeah.
K1, he's got 1 death, no kills, no assists. He hits creeps, and only creeps. a few hundred off of that recipe, and then when that Raddy comes,
Is under attack.
he's going to be ready to go.
HFN
very often-
went back for the Yasha first instead of the Diffusal Blade. I think it's better. Like, it helps you farm a lot better than a Diffusal would.
It makes you much speedier too. Now, we often talk about this Radiance against Illusion heroes, and, you know, mentioning that Naga Siren with a Diffusal Blade to burn mana and stuff like that against Wraith King. Is this Wraith King Radiance going to deal well against the Naga Siren? Is it timing based? Who gets the upper hand? What's the overall story with that?
I mean, early game, it's going to be favored for the Wraith King. Especially if the Naga doesn't get like a decent timing on the Diffusal. The Wraith King should be able to battle up quite nicely this game.
Tower is under attack.
Radiance on the
hunting Chris
Illusions is
Lark.
always going to be good.
Completely out of mana on the Slark, but he's all right.
Here's my question, Gary. Okay, wait.
Mid lane
it's a big
TPs,
fight.
wait a second, man. They're Xing back K1. Level 1 reincarnation. Don't catch him with the boat, but there's the first death. Schofield
Ravage ready.
has a hook shot, trying to line it up to save his buddy. K1 just being shredded by the Naga Illusions, though. And now Schofield's put himself in a dangerous position. They get
got
the
a
Radiance,
Radiance,
didn't they? They finished it. So during his death, he did pick up that recipe, but they lose 2 heroes in the mid lane. Unless Schofield makes some Houdini-esque escape out of this. Illuminate sent forward. That's going to be the end of him, surely. Come on, you got to catch this little clockwork.
got
10 man
Magic
with a
Stick.
battle plan. He's going to die still. Come on. Stick be damned. Oscar, get in there. Blinding light. There we go.
There we go. There we go. He's dead. Yeah, I mean, he was pushing mid on K1. He thought that they were all diving bottom for the Slark there. Just decided to all TP in, jump the Wraith King. And now he doesn't feel good fighting with his Radiance because he doesn't have Reincarnation. And that was a level 1 Reincarnation.
And do you know who else has Radiance?
Kunkka?
Dark Mago has just finished it. Recipe's
Oh, wow.
coming.
That's nice. Yeah, I mean, Radiance is very good against the Beastmaster, Slark, Wraith King. You know, these are all physical damage, very reliant on their right clicks. Giving the mischance is going to be real sweet here.
And a bit of a shift away because he went Sanj first, then Raddy, then BKB previously. This time straight into it. Finding the Whisper Beastmaster, or has Whisper found him? Slark's coming in, the chain stuns with a hook shot after the roar. They try and chakra magic up the Kunkka, but he's silenced. No boat arriving, the Ravage saving him. They've actually got him out.
nice
No,
X-Roll.
the final touch from Stinger. Takes down the Dark Margot killing streak. And now Grimstroke trying to frontline this, salving up as the Wraith King arrives, slices the Kotl. Now without Ravage, without any help, without the Kunkka, no team fight abilities, the Dire team are bleeding out. Naga Siren has a Song of the Siren if they want to try and stop this in its tracks, and they have to. Slow down Beast Coast. They've lost 3 and spent a lot of their team fight abilities, so it is time to hard retreat.
That feels real bad. They just made the smoke play with the Radiance on the Kunkka, ran to Beast, lost all his mana, roared up, and Beast Coast, seeing that, they just turned the fight around so easily. This Necro Book is incredibly strong right now. You gotta give respect to that.
Radiant's bottom tower.
What's that Slark up to now? Phase drums, 2,000 gold saved. How much Slark have you seen recently?
I've seen a lot of Slarks against Batrider. A lot, like a lot. I don't know how they know the Batrider is gonna get picked, but they always pick Slark at the same time the Bat's getting picked, and then boom. They fight against each other in the mid lane. My question is, Gary, with the kind of build, Beastmaster's just dead here. With the kind of build that Slark is going, do you think he's gonna get...
Is he dead? Or is HFN
Wait,
dying?
what?
The Naga
What?
Siren drops. Schofield just turns it around. Yeah, the Urn charges, the Battery Assault. Might get Matthew as well. There it is. Dark Margot's come in to try and rescue the situation. Schofield could potentially TP out here. He pops his clarity. And says, see you guys. I'm out.
That's just a disaster. They just lost to Naga like that. I even looked away. I thought the Beastmaster was just dead there. Jesus.
It looked like it from the get-go. Man,
This
I mean,
Necro
you
Book,
said
man.
it. Exactly. Respect him. K1's going to have a pretty reasonable BKB timing off that Radiance too. But yeah, Slark, have we seen what he's bought? Because 3,000 gold is a lot to sink into nothing right now.
No, what I was gonna ask you was, do you think he's gonna go for the fish bait at 20 minutes? I've been trying to ask you that for like a good 5 minutes, and then just non-stop action, I think. Yeah,
What does fish bait
Slark.
do? We've got a nice pause here. We can read it. Do you want to read
that's
it?
how you pause the game, so we could check out the spell. All right. Well, it reduces movement speed of an enemy by 30% for 6 seconds and provides true sight vision over them. If Slark pounces on the enemy during that time, he will be rewarded with 75 attack speed for the duration of the leash.
Ooh.
So yeah, so it slows them down, and then it sets up for your pounce because they can't really move, and then boom, you get this instant burst of movement speed. It's quite nice against the Nyx too, so you can't just vendetta and get away. But
Yeah, pretty good if you're thinking about Glimmer Capes coming out from the Dire team too.
Yep.
It doesn't look like they are. They're going double force, but
it's very good too. They should definitely have some kind of a Glimmer on this Keeper of the Light. He's going for the 4-star first because of the Slark, right? The pounce and the clogs too.
Yeah.
You got multiple reasons why it's good, the 4-star here. Have you seen Clockworks go the +2 power cogs to hit talent on 15?
I don't think I have.
Yeah, so
Is it super obnoxious?
It's pretty obnoxious. Like you go in, you get the Aghanim Shard, right? The jetpack, and then you just cog them, then you jetpack out, and they're just stuck in there. And they're like hitting the cog, right? They gotta hit it 4 times. They think they gotta only hit it twice. They hit it twice and they're still stuck in there. And then your team is just like destroying them while they're stuck.
Well, it's like those greater treants from the Sprout all over again. You think you're out, but you're not.
Yeah.
Back we go into the battlefield. Dire still need to get this Naga Siren online. She's about 800 behind the Wraith King net worth-wise. Has that Diffusal Blade and the Yasha, but not going Manta. Now it's like Heart and Butterfly queued, so more of a scaling, hard carry Naga Siren. But the rest of her team getting embroiled in these little scrappy fights everywhere, like Clockwork. He's up top lane, dragging creep waves around. Slark now, finding the stragglers. Nyx Assassin soulbound, they force the Ravage. In onto Grim, the Slark got a Shadow Dance off, and the Summons chasing forward towards the Kunkka. Without this Tidehunter Ravage anymore, teamfight feels a little bit lacking. They're trying to Solar Bind up on the Beastmaster, slow him down, and the Naga Siren will chase. Diffusal Blade with the Inhibit slows him. Not bad for NoPing in the end.
But they're kind of stuck up here, and they're not bolt.
And that's Wraith King's ready to fight. Straight back in again. Slark's regen back to full. Kotl burst. And K1, level 2 reincarnation ready, so you can't focus the Wraith King. The Inkswell, he's been force staffed away, so doesn't connect the stun, but they've killed off Dogmago regardless. That first life of the Wraith King is going to pop back up. Can you kill him a second time? I don't know about that, because Oscar, sitting on about 300 HP, Kraken Shell pops, walks it off, and HFN, now the illusions start to do their work. The hookshot's forced out. Schofield toys with them and forces the song yet again for the reset from NoPing.
Yeah, very good re-engagement there from Beast Coast, just waiting out that Kunkka Rum, healing up the Slark a little bit more, and then going back into the fight. Chris Luck has been doing a really good job at just going in and out.
He sure has. Has he spent his money? He has. BKB. So they're going to have triple BKB, right? Wraith King Slark, they have theirs now. Beastmaster, I guess he's a little bit distant from it.
Yeah.
Still needs another, what, 2,600 or so. And it seems like it's been difficult so far for NoPing to start fights on their own terms. They're always being run at by this Radiant side, like now. Roar on the Nyx, they're playing into the bottom lane. Naga, pretty low on HP, just being played with by Stinger. They'll get the Nyx a little bit further away. They've killed off the Necro units, but Matthew
the rocket
is the first one to die. And mid lane, Chris Luck's going wild on the Tide. Under the tier 2 tower, stacking up Essence Shift, Anchor smashed. He's got not much mana left. BKB is ready as Clockwork. Schofield, I think he's got a little bit too far hunting for Oscar in that situation, and Wraith King just BKB TPs away from the Kunkka's boat.
Yeah, not sure if you noticed, but Schofield actually sniped the Nyx earlier with the rocket.
Yeah.
After he got away, that was really nice. So in this game, Gary, I think NoPing made a slight error, mainly on Dark Mago. Like, he's supposed to be X-marking the Slark every time he sees him, and not go on anybody else, because Slark can't Dark Pack the X-mark, right? So you X-mark him, you focus him, you bolt him, you torrent him, that's it. You don't care about anybody else, and you just gotta keep shutting the Slark down early on. But now the Slark has a BKB. He just went straight drums into BKB. and it's going to be pretty much impossible for NoPing to bring him down anymore.
Yeah, Kunkka equals countered. BKB,
But there is
nice
one
item.
thing though. There is one thing that's really good on the side of NoPing. Not only do they have Naga with the diffusal blade, check out what Matthew's skill build is.
Max mana burn.
It's real good this game, especially against Slark. I know the Wraith King is probably going to have a shard later, and you're not going to be able to stop his reincarnation anyway.
Dire's
But this
bottom
is
tower
so
is
good
under
against
attack.
the Slark.
Radiant's top
Hey,
tower
because if you think
is
about
under
Slug's
attack.
team fight, it's like 2 or 3 dark packs. You know, that's already 180 mana. Ulti is another 120, so you're looking at, 300-400 or so with a couple of pounces in there too. You burn half his mana pool. He's got one round of spells. It starts getting real iffy. And just stopping him from getting Shadow Dance off is always going to be a massive bonus to your team fight abilities. Hang on a second. Beast Coast are going high
Pass
ground.
break onto the high ground.
They're going tier 3. They've rolled up the Nyx.
Goodbye, Nick.
Matthew's
Here's a
dead.
buyback.
He sure does. Might need to use it, but look at Schofield's positioning. He's going to stop the Naga Siren from TPing out. Chrysaluk's also hunting HFN, so they're kind of fake pushing high ground while hunting the Naga. BKB up. Slark has the Shadow Dance. I'm going to shred straight through him. HFN with the song. Can't TP just yet. Waiting. HFN is going to get out of there barely. The hook shot slides straight past the second after.
Doesn't hit, yeah. Clockwork is a very nice hero against Naga, just for that one reason. And if you actually hookshot the Naga and get her cogged up, she also can't cast Sleep. Thanks to the Battery Assault. But won't be able to kill her this time around. Good attempt, though.
Because what's the range? Radius on Song of the Siren scales 1,000, 1,200, 1,400. Range on Clock's hookshot, 2,000, 2.5k. Yeah,
You can
sounds
stop
pretty
at
good to
level
me.
1, Gary. You can,
Okay.
you can stop on level 1.
I could have, yeah. You're right. Gushing down that Hawk, remove a bit of vision from Beast Coast, but now they are all gathered up. BKBs for both the cores ready in about 10 seconds as Slarks comes off cooldown. They've secured themselves the Roshan area by shoving out that top lane. Man, Oscar's Tide has got to feel a little bit weird this game, right? Like, not going for the conventional hood build, doesn't have the Vlads finished. The Halberd, it seemed good in the moment, but now your Ravage is pretty much neutered by all these BKBs.
Radiant structures are fortified.
All down
Yo,
bottom,
just doesn't
Kotl.
feel-
I turn on the clockwork. Schofield, he's been a sneaky devil this game. He is running at them, forcing them to fight him, while the rest of his squad are taking objectives. Playing Dota 2, the video game, pressuring the map. Oscar's
mana
Tide
burn.
wants in.
Onto the Wraith King.
Are we going to chase here? Are we going to go on that Wraith
K1
King?
might just have to BKB and get out of here.
Looks like he's just going to walk. Phase boots are enough.
Top tower
Way
is
too
under
deep.
attack.
Beast Coast would have been able to set up and counter that fight quite easily for all that time that they spent chasing.
I think one of the big keys here is Beast Coast. It feels like they never bring more than what they need to the fights. Like this Beastmaster and Slark kind of playing together, or the Beastmaster and the Grimstroke playing on one of these side lanes, hunting for people, and everyone else is just pushing towers, playing as this 3, while NoPing kind of have to group up as 4, while the Naga is doing that split push farming job. So we're losing out on a little bit of that efficiency, especially the Tide sitting just under 9k net worth, and they found Matthew again. Under the Necro units, he can't invis, scutter away. So sniped out just outside Roshan, and K1, he
Roshan,
walked
yeah.
straight in.
Chris Luck, he's going to provide some vision. Maybe get some aggro off this Roshan. They got him X.
BKB. He won't. X Ravage. He didn't BKB, so he dies.
There you go. That's all. That's exactly what I was hoping would have happened in the early game.
And now, they can stop Roshan maybe. They've caught the Naga inside the cogs, but the boat flying on top. Soulbind arrives, only onto the Naga Siren for now, and Wraith King. He's BKB'd and Nyx well. The BKB turned for the
run
Kunkka
out,
though,
though,
as
the
the
Wraith
Raw
King.
catches Kotl. Stinger's Courier and the hero both died. Trading 1-for-1 now in the fight, but Whisper, has he been saved by the hook shot? It looks like Schofield allows the TP home. So Roshan's still alive at about 3,000 health, while the Dire team's still looking for the bonus kill on the clock. Can
gotta go
NoPing go in the pit?
They can. They have the damage. They got Gush. They got Naga's minus armor. I mean, he doesn't have hookshot on clock. This doesn't mean anything.
They've got Slark in 5 seconds, but Roshan's going to be dead by then. Literally dead the moment he respawns. Exact timing. And without a Grimstroke, and look at K1. Oh, they know he hasn't got BKB, don't they? But unfortunately, don't have any more follow through for Matthew.
I kind of wish NoPing in the last fight they actually focused K1 because he BKB'd very early. Just burned his mana. He still doesn't have that shard.
Oh, it's a double torrent, double stun, double boat. The BKB's forced out of the slot, but they've secured the kill on Beastmaster now. Maybe Chris Luck can stick on the Kunkka, but he is a tanky fella. Look at him. He's got 3,000 health. BKB, Sanj. He's just going to turn and right-click. The Radiance Burn is going to work. The heal back up from the Shadow Dance, stacking up the Angie. Now the BKB comes up again as K1 on the other side of the map has killed Oscar. Oh, they get Chris Luck out of there.
Chris Luck's X-marked.
Oh, no.
He's
He's
dead.
exited the torrent. He's dead for sure. The Radiance Burn. There it is. Meanwhile, HFN is cleaning up in the top lane. They lost the tie to K1, but the song comes back after killing off that K1 Wraith King. They've got the Schofield Clockwork trapped in all the illusions. My god, a 5-man wipe is what we're going to end up with. Grimstroke also dies in the mid lane.
This game just turned upside down real quick. I mean, it all started with Chris Luck going in, trying to make a play all by himself. Didn't click the BKB when he got X-marked. Ravage killed off. Then they take this 5 versus 4 fight in the Roshan pit for NoPing. Very, very favorable for them. And this Wraith King, he still doesn't have a shard, Gary. How does he get the reincarnation off? Fighting into Naga, Diffusal Blade, and a Nyx Mana Burn.
That's a real good question, man. Do you think he buys it, like, now? Or is he... Yeah. Yes, he does. Gets the 1,400 gold and literally clicks the button. Doesn't bother finishing off the Assault Cuirass. Yet again, I asked a question which is immediately answered. But a lane of barracks coming through from NoPing. 28 minutes in, they've secured at least the melee, it looks like. Slark trying to delay this. Gets in with his BKB and a Nyxwell there, but he's dropping incredibly low quickly. Does have Shadow Dance to fall back on. Pops the wand. The tentacle's coming. Oh, he's jumped out of it. Already dispelling it. And he's going to make that swift escape. Buy back from the Nyx Assassin. So they trade Matthew for Stinger.
They want to keep going.
They need to finish it off. Come in and take
Naga Siren.
Claim. That Naga is
So
huge.
tanky.
She's going to have Butterfly and a few hundred gold as well. 2-man hook shot. Cog's going to push him back. Naga Siren just slaying K1 though, forcing the reincarnation. When he respawns, he does have BKB. But I don't know if he can actually do anything. There's no Grim, no one's helping him. Schofield has to slip away while the backlines, they're being stabbed by the Slark, but the Consul rejoins the group. Gets back in with the squad, and they've taken out the Clockwork. K1 now, remember, no reincarnation, so if he dies here, this game could very well be just out of the question for Beast Coast. They've also got the X-Mark onto the Slark. Chris Luck! He pushes his luck!
Well, it wasn't his lucky day, Gary. He's dead.
Do they have what it takes to stop the Naga just from keeping on going? Because they've got Aegis for another 2 minutes.
It's too late. They needed that Roshan so badly to keep progressing in the game. Giving that fight away and losing the Aegis just kind of killed Beast Coast's chances right now.
They'll try with the Roar onto Nyx, but the 4 staffs disengage. Beastmaster now isolated from his squad, while this Wraith King and Grimstroke being hounded. No Slark for 30 seconds. They do need to come back and deal with Whisper, though. Nyx and Consul still trying to track him down. Missing out on the Torrent. Can't get him with the X-Mark.
Well, they pull the
Look at
attention
HF.
away.
Look at HF.
Wait a minute. Doesn't have reincarnation.
He doesn't have buyback.
Oh no.
It looks like it's game over.
Yep.
Not only is it Beast Coast's first loss, as
It is
an individual
2-0.
game, it's a 2-0. It's their first series loss. It's a 2-0. NoPing. This HFN lad has come in, and they're looking absolutely dominant.
They've awakened the team, Gary. NoPing's alive.
The diving fountain at this point. Oh my god. 3 heroes dead for 45 seconds. Tier 4s are open. They're going to expose the throne in a couple of seconds. And they've got Ravage back up for round 2. Nyx Assassin sticking here with 20 HP.
Right here.
It is just over, you're right, Thebert. Roar, okay, you kill the
Naga
Nyx. Whisper's in there, he gets 1 kill, but it is absolutely done. NoPing with a 2-0 upset over Beast Coast.
I'm baffled. This is crazy. Absolutely crazy. I mean, it just started with 1 Chris Luck error there. He's just dying while his team is doing Roshan, and then his team is in a very compromising position. They go in, they wipe them there, or not really wipe them, they kill a few heroes, get Roshan, and all of a sudden the game looks like impossible for Beast Coast. They don't know what to do.